What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Swipe Up, the 65th episode, where I share some of my favorite posts from Instagram. Let's get into it, starting off with one of the best mixed martial artists of all time, George St Pierre, doing a little knife play in the cage, training up in TriStar. Kind of working on distance control. George St Pierre, of course, one of the greatest welterweights of all time. Came back and beat Michael Bisping to get the middleweight belt. Just a great, kind of like one of the best role models to ever come out of mixed martial arts, and one of the most successful too. Chances are he might come back to fight Khabib. I would love to see that fight. George is staying in shape and always training, always trying to get better. Would not want to be caught in a knife fight with him. Moving on now to Michael Bisping. Speaking of which, Christmas is coming up, and not all kids are pleased with not being on the good list. This kid being one of them. Let's check it out.
But that's why you're on the naughty list.
I will swear, trust me.
Well, that's why you're on the naughty list, because you're being naughty right now. So you're going to be on the naughty list if you keep talking like that.
No, because Father Christmas has not been very nice to me.
Because you're being naughty, so you're on the naughty list.
No, I'm not. I'm on the good list, actually.
You're not, because you ain't being good.
I am on the good list. If you keep saying that word again and again and again, I'm not on naughty list.
Father Christmas rang me last night when I was at work and said, you better tell Jackson to start being a good boy or he's going to stay on the naughty list and he won't get no presents for Christmas. That's what he said to me. So you got to start being a good boy.
Then I will do an uppercut to him.
No, you won't do. No, what?
I'm gonna just punch him. Punch his beard off.
You're just silly, man.
Then trust me, I'm not on bad list.
You're on the naughty list, mate.
No, I'm not.
Well, then be a good boy instead. You aren't absolutely. That's why
So hilarious. I mean, one, the accent, the British accent, arguing with a child, pretty hilarious on its own. The kid's articulation. I'm not on the naughty list. I'm going to punch his beard off. I'm going to do it like this. Boom! Wham!
I am on the good list. If you keep saying that word again and
Oh, it's hilarious. I'm on the good list, I tell you, Daddy. I am on the good list. Stop telling me things. I will punch Father Christmas's beard right off his face.
to me. So you got to start being a good boy.
then I will do an uppercut to him.
No, you won't do. No, what?
I'm gonna just punch him. Punch his
Man,
beard
so
off.
good. All right, moving on to Clark Little. Kelly Slater getting a perfect 10 for 10 for 10 on just a super long barrel, and then just comes out at the perfect moment. Gets clipped a bit on his exit, but right as the wave's closing out on him, pulls out. It's crazy. It's crazy that Kelly Slater has been like the elite in surfing for like all of my life. I don't know how old he is, but it's just, I guess surfing is just one of those things, unlike combat sports where you get a little bit more longevity, which is crazy. I mean, that's just such a long barrel. Such a long barrel. But anyway, I had to share that. Anyway, moving on to some more water sports. This one from Juxtapose, a clip from an old 1933 film, Footlight Parade. Footlight Parade. Kind of a top-down view of these swimmers. Is that called? Synchronized swimmers? It's crazy that like this was filmed. Right now we get like Michael Bay movies and Scorsese movies. But back in the 1930s, it was just a bunch of synchronized swimmers was like the go-to entertainment. Let's turn women into a giant fountain. That's cinematic gold. Like, what did people... You go to a movie theater. I think they showed news, too. News clips, right? Today in the news, the army is doing well. We're killing everybody. And swimmers. Let's check out the film with swimmers. Like, what's the plot? What's the big, like, what is the idea that we need to have synchronized swimmers in this film? Anyway, it just, visually, it's kind of fun to watch. They're not even that synchronized. Like, if that was made today, it would be like this act, if this was on America's Got Talent, would not win. Would not win at all. They would make the first round. They'd probably get like some compliments on the overall stage production or whatever, but the synchronicity of this is just not there. All right, moving on to last one. Last but not least, of course, Flea. Seems like he's on every episode lately, but I think this is a clip from him from the Funky Monks, which is a documentary about the making of Blood Sugar Sex Magic, one of the biggest Red Hot Chili Peppers albums, where they rented a house out in L.A. Rick Rubin was their producer. I think maybe this might have been their second time working with him. That's an amazing album, and I love that documentary, too. It's just kind of crazy to see the Chili Peppers, how young they were in, like, the, early 90s this came out? Mid-90s? Blood Sugar Sex Magic came out? But, yeah, just some great stuff. No audio on that one, but, I had to share it. But let's get out of here. Those are my posts from this week that I enjoyed. Let's do some shout-outs and get out. Shout out to George St Pierre, Mike Bisping, Six Gun Gibson. Shout out Clark Little, Kelly Slater, Juxtaposed Magazine, Chico Jefferson, and Flea 333. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your content, showing and sharing. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Subscribe to the podcast everywhere podcasts are found, including IGTV and YouTube, if you want to watch the video version of the show, which probably is a better version, especially on Wednesdays when Swipe Up comes out. Then you actually get to see the posts that I'm talking about. So go over to IGTV, either Ray Taylor or The Ray Taylor Show if you just want to get the show, or YouTube, and they're all filmed in portrait mode. If you're not aware, if you're just listening to this. But since the holidays are coming up, you can also buy my artwork, original paintings that I do release every day. Over 1,000 have been made so far. So go over to inspireddisorder.com to buy them and save 25%. As a viewer or listener of this show, you get to save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow me on social media at Ray Taylor. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!